You are watching this video because clearly there is something missing in your trading. The thing that is missing is exactly what we are going to reveal using a live $7,000 trade taken this week. Now, whilst I am an institutional trader who has worked in the biggest banks in the world, this method can be used by any beginner and in fact should be used by everybody because it will multiply your profits 3- or 4-fold as you're about to find out. So we're going to start with the reveal almost straight away, and then I will show you using a live trade how to apply it in your trading. Now I said almost straight away because first we need to look at what virtually all retail traders are doing. We can see that here on the left. They are running their trading business with very minimal information. Essentially, they're focusing purely on the price. Sure, that's a good start. But in what other business in the world would you focus on just the price of the product and nothing else? It's absurd. Surely you want to know the demand for the product you are in the business of. How many people are actually buying it? Seems so obvious, yet it is completely ignored by retail traders. Institutional traders will be looking at this quite basic but obvious detail to see exactly how much of this demand exists. Now, there are various ways to do this. One of the most popular methods is by using a footprint chart. That is what you see here on the right hand side. Do you see? You can see the demand that is actually causing the candle to move up. How else do you think price moves up? Do you agree? With any product, could be shoes, could be TVs, or could even be a currency like the pound that we have here. It is people buying them, demanding them, that causes the price to go up. If you can't see that demand, how are you supposed to run your business? Do you see in trading, it is exactly the same. How do you expect to run your trading business without seeing this demand? Impossible, not going to happen. You will forever be stuck in this loop, just like everybody else. Maybe it's time to do something about it. Let me show you how. Okay, so the best way to really hammer home the point I made in the introduction about the information you're missing and how crucial it is to your trading business, to the point where, if you're not looking at where demand is coming in, it's impossible to trade. I don't even understand how anyone can trade. Forget about a trading business, but any business. How would you run a business without this crucial information about what your customers, or in this case, your competitors are doing? Okay, and probably the best way to really highlight that is to bring it to life for you using my live account. You're going to see exactly how I traded using this information, so you can see just how crucial it is to your business. Now, just before I hit play, which I'm going to do, so you'll see the live market moving. Worth mentioning, I've already taken a couple of trades. You can see here, not really gone anywhere. Scratch trades, down a couple of $100. Okay, so we're still just getting started. It's quite early in the morning, getting a feel for the market. Very normal for institutional traders to do that. Just get a little feel for the market. And in fact, just before we hit play, what I want you to notice is where's a good place for us to start looking at some of this demand, because clearly there's going to be demand in the market everywhere. You can see that there's here, everywhere you look, right? You can see demand everywhere. Okay, so the point is, where does it actually matter? To do that, we want to get some context of the market, which we've actually got quite nicely at this time of the morning. So you can see the market's making some lower lows. It's made a high and then a lower low. Right, wasn't able to make another high, and then didn't quite make another low, and then further down another lower low. Okay, so market's very much trying to go down. However, as you're going to see, something very, very interesting happens. At kind of a point you're expecting another turn. Where would you expect a turn? Right, so the market's kind of doing this. Okay, so, obviously we are expecting a retracement. Would you agree? And you can see why I already had one go at it. Here. So I did attempt there. And maybe somewhere in here we would kind of expect, I tried there, maybe a little bit early. And I'll explain why I did that, as in tried to get long. But really, these are the kind of areas where we're looking to not necessarily go short, but look to see how demand is actually behaving in those areas. So let's actually hit play. Okay, I've made you wait long enough. So you can see the market is starting to sell off, and well, it has been selling off overnight. And I just want to kind of see what happens when we get into these areas, because it's very, very interesting to see what demand is doing. And you'll see why I said it's all about what demand is doing in a particular area. Okay, so we're not quite ready to do anything yet. I've already tried to do something there. You can see it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but no harm done. Still kind of almost break even on the day. And we're just waiting for the market to come up into this area. Okay, so let's do that together. I won't fast forward it just yet, but let's just wait for the market to come up into this area. Obviously, if it does have a continuation, sometimes you need to let trades go. If they're not quite right or don't give you the quite correct risk reward, then obviously it's not the right time. Now we're just going to wait for the market to come up into this area, which I believe it does. Just give it a moment. I might just fast forward it. Let me just forward it a little bit, just so you don't have to wait. Okay, so there you go. Okay, and then we're going to hit play. Can you see the market's come up into this area? Very, very interesting area up here. And we want to kind of see, do we make another higher low here? Okay, are we looking to make another higher low here? And, you know, how would you really know that without this intricate information that we're looking at here? Okay, so let's pause it here. In fact, very, very interesting area. Very interesting area. Do you see the market is trying to make a what? Continuation, really, isn't it? Here. Do you see that? Here. In this area. This area is this area here. Do you see it's exactly the same? And this is what I mean. In fact, most retail traders, they're not looking at this information, demand information that they compare. What are the competitors doing in these key areas? You know, you can't guess that here. Nothing's going to help you apart from actually looking at what they're actually doing. It's so obvious, but you know, sometimes you need someone like me to point that out. And let's actually see what the market does. So we're expecting this. We're expecting some selling to come in, but do we have follow through? And that's what's key. No. Do you see how quickly it got rejected? Fascinating. Right, let's have a look here. So this area, okay, so that area is that little area there, okay, and can you see what actually happened? We expected this continuation. Let me just clean this up a little bit. We expected this continuation, didn't we? These sellers came in, we expected this continuation, this continuation. Did it happen? No. Look what happened. The sellers bailed, okay, and this is so key. Little things like this, I don't see enough traders picking up on. These clues are so key. How quickly did they bail? Very quickly. Okay, barely saw any continuation. Now let's forward it and see what happened just afterwards. Very, very interesting. Do you see? I haven't done anything yet. But I've noted this in my mind that first continuation I was expecting, nothing happened. Okay, so let's just. I won't make you watch it, but look. Okay, so you see again. Did you see that? The market tried to do exactly the same thing again. In fact, just going to forward it a little bit because it's exactly where I took my trade. You can see here I just got into a trade long, and you'll understand why I did that based on this demand information. So we've got 1 and we've got 2 attempts to continue. Okay. So 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Do you see that? 2 attempts to make a continuation, and you can quite clearly see the sellers right here. Right here. Do you see? Identical. Clue 1, clue 2. And what happened in both instances? Not even a small continuation, you know, like a little bit of an attempt and then a move higher. Straight away. What happened again? Not even the smallest attempt and then straight out. Okay, so a lot of these buyers that you see here, they're going to be these sellers getting out of their positions, like here. These same sellers getting out of their positions. So do you see why I got so aggressive? Okay, because of these 2 clues. And really important point, final point, okay, and then we'll almost be done, but very, very interesting point. right? If we fast forward this, in fact, let me just clean this up a little bit. And we fast forward this. Something a lot of people ask me, they're like, why'd you get so aggressive? Do you see how aggressive I got? A lot of people think this is a breakout of some sort. It isn't, okay? It's because we had those two clues where the sellers very, very rapidly turned into buyers. Okay, so that gave us a big clue that the market really wasn't interested in selling. So if the market's not interested in selling, am I myself going to look for any sort of selling retracement? No, it doesn't make sense for me to do that. Biggest clue here is it's right there in front of you. Just go long right now. Don't wait, because if you wait, you're not going to get in the trade. Also gave me confidence to hold the trade, and you'll see how little drawdown I went into. Already up $1,000, and you're going to see, I'm going to fast forward it quite quickly. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, do you see how quickly the market just kind of rallied so fast? Okay, and even this, really important point to make. You see where the market did come back a little bit. Look where, do you think it's no coincidence? It's uncanny where the market came back to. So this little spike down here, there you go. See this little spike down into this area? It's exactly where those sellers bailed earlier. Do you remember we were just highlighting them here? There you go. Okay, so this spike down came back into that same area. Okay, very hesitant sellers to come and do much, put much pressure on the market there, because they've already failed once. Likelihood is they're going to fail again in that area. Okay, so that's why we saw the market very quickly just bounce there. Okay, very, very quickly just bounce there. And in fact, I even added another trade. Okay, so see, all these trade decisions are being made off what? Demand information. Okay, nothing to do with any, things I see retail traders doing, any lines or anything. All that stuff is just, I don't even have a word for it. I don't know what on earth that stuff is. I run my trading business like a business would. I have demand and supply information, just like any other business would, probably that you even work for, right? You go and ask them, how do they make their pricing decisions? They based it on demand and supply information, what their competitors are doing, what customers are doing, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And that's why I have, not always, but a lot of the times, very little drawdown, and then the market just popped. Okay, do you see? So almost up $10,000 at one stage, and then I did want to see if I could push it a little bit, and eventually the market did come back. Okay, and I settled there for a grand total of $7,250. Okay, in total. So hopefully that was useful for you, and you can now see how crucial it is to have an idea of the actual demand being generated by the people trading the product that you are also trading. It's common sense. To help you expand on this knowledge, check out this video here, which will continue to push you in the right direction for your trading.